Hey, what's up, guys? I just got off an incredible coaching call with Christopher Nelson. He's one of the coaches in the mastermind that I joined recently. And if you guys haven't enlisted a coach in your life yet, you're really missing out. I tell you, it's one of the most beneficial things I've done in a long time. And I'm just really excited to be bringing you guys some killer content. So let's dive right in. As you know, I've been an active investor for 15 years and I've learned a lot of stuff the hard way. So if I can help you guys avoid some of these pitfalls, oh man, I'm gonna save you freaking millions of dollars. Trust me. So why don't we start at the beginning and talk a little bit about what I do to identify a property quickly. You know, time is very valuable. We only have so much of it. It's a limiting factor. So we really don't want to spend so much time underwriting properties that we just can't get any deals done. I use the Gross Rent Multiplier to quickly weed out and identify good opportunities, weed out the bad ones and find the really good ones. The Gross Rent Multiplier is just a real quick litmus test that's gonna let me know if something's worth digging into a little bit deeper. Now, I've got a strategy set up that we'll talk about later for, making some maps about where the average GRMs are going to be pretty consistent and then being able to find value in a marketplace. But for this conversation, let's just stick with the basics, right? The gross rent multiplier, what is it? So the gross rent multiplier, that's going to be where you take your asset price, and if you've got to do some improvements to your asset, we can just go ahead and add those right to the basis. So let's say you're purchasing a property for $50,000, but it needs another $50,000 in repair. We're going to use $100,000 as our basis, right? And make sure you're conservative. If there's anything that I've learned since I started investing in real estate, whatever I initially thought something was going to cost, I should double it. And then what I learned after that was I should double it again. So make sure you're getting really good numbers. A lot of times you'll get numbers from contractors and there's gonna be tons of change orders, or they underbid the job and then they leave and you've paid them half the money but they haven't even done half the work. So just make sure you've got a really good handle on what it does actually cost to do some of these renovations. I would just go ahead and get full market value bids from like reputable companies. You'll be blown away about how much stuff costs. Now, can you get things done cheaper than your number one flagship HVAC company in the area? Yeah, you should be able to get things done a lot cheaper, but if you just use that as your baseline, it's going to be real helpful. So for the GRM, we take the asset value plus whatever we're going to have to put into it to get it into service. We divide that by the gross yearly rent. That's going to give us our gross rent multiplier. Now, as you have low numbers, you have high cash flow, and as you have high numbers, you have low cash flow. In today's market, we're looking at around 7% interest rates. You'll real quickly be able to figure out where your GRM needs to be in order to float that loan if you're going to put some leverage on it. Everything's going to be dependent on how much of loan to value you're doing and what your exact interest rate is. But again, we're just doing the real quick litmus test right now to identify those opportunities quickly. And as you start to explore neighborhoods and you do the same neighborhoods historically time and time again, you'll be able to see trends, spot trends. Are the gross rent multipliers getting better? Are they getting worse? So that's pretty much what you do for the gross rent multiplier. Once you're done with the gross rent multiplier and you say, okay, I've found a really good location that's got a low gross rent multiplier, this is a no-brainer, I need to go check it out, that's when you jump into the pro forma. Now, I'm a little more detailed on my pro forma and I'm going to save that for the next video. So if you like what you're hearing so far, go ahead and like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. All right, peace.